Welcome to Neptune, everyone! I'm the MoeChicken, and we are back with more Godzilla Monster of Monsters. We have arrived at Neptune, where all the bases are. Also, the monsters are ready and raring to go, although unfortunately they're not lined up well for Godzilla and Mothra. I would send Mothra after Hedorah, and Hedorah's way up there, and I would send Godzilla after Ghidorah, and Ghidorah's way down here, so we're gonna have to do it this way. Yeah. So yeah, lots of bases in this particular stage. Surprisingly, there are more bases on Neptune than there are on Planet X. Which again, keep in mind, that's the next stage. We are almost done with this game, which is awesome. I was really genuinely surprised when I mentioned before, I only beat this for the first time recently. And, I was surprised at how much easier it was than I expected. Like, I thought that the monster, like the boss monsters were gonna just keep getting way harder, but as long as you make sure to fight intelligently and with both monsters, like with both Mothra and Godzilla, it's pretty attainable, really. It's a lot easier than Super Godzilla. Super Godzilla is tough. Because Super Godzilla had that, it had that weird, like, biorhythm mechanic, where, like, you had to try to kind of, like, move back and forth to, like, charge your attacks. And that was how you, used your stronger moves. It was very strange. Again, I played it a long time ago. I might revisit it. Revisit it if this game, you know, stirs newfound interest on my channel of Godzilla. Hey, maybe we'll play Super Godzilla again. But to briefly kind of explain it, there's like the way Super Godzilla is set up is each stage is broken into like two segments. There are the walking around segments where you kind of move Godzilla along like a grid, and along the way he can run into things like tanks or things that restore his health or mountains and just like various kinds of terrain, and you have to like navigate them. And you're trying to make your way to the level's monster. And once you actually reach the monster, you begin a monster battle, which is kind of like you like face off with the monster, and then you have to like they've got like a little oscillating they call it the biorhythm gauge, and then you've also got a biorhythm gauge. And the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to like walk forward when your gauge is low, or you're supposed to walk forward when their gauge is low. Because if you walk forward while their gauge is high, they counterattack and knock you backwards. And your goal is to get as close as possible to them, punch them, and then immediately start to retreat. And as you retreat, a little like box opens on your HUD that represents different types of attacks Godzilla can do. So it's a weird fighting system where you like you wait for your opportunity, walk up and punch them, and then like run away giggling until you can shoot nuclear breath at them. It's very strange, but I mean it's kind of cool. Like it's interesting in its unusualness. I haven't seen too many other games that have a fighting system like that. I think the farthest I ever got in Super Godzilla, I got to, I think stage 5, which is the stage where they introduce Mothra and Batra. And for those who don't know, there is an alternate version of Mothra called Batra, which is it's sort of like, if you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, and you know the weapon monsters in Final Fantasy VII, which are like these, they're supposed to be giant robots that were created by the planet to defend itself in a crisis. So if the planet, which in Final Fantasy VII is like a living thing, if the planet feels like it is under mortal danger, it will release weapon to fight off whatever is threatening it. Well, that's sort of what Batra is. Batra is, if Mothra is sort of a guardian of Earth, Batra is a fighter for Earth. And so it's basically like a dark version of Mothra. And I think it was only ever in one Godzilla movie. But when I first played Super Godzilla and I found Mothra and Batra, I thought that Batra was the second of the larvae that were released in Mothra vs. Godzilla. I was talking earlier in the series about Mothra vs. Godzilla. It starts with Mothra and Godzilla fighting. Mothra lays 2 eggs, and those develop into like grubs that then okay, I'm gonna send Godzilla after Varan. Yeah. Godzilla then kills one of the 2 Mothra grubs. And so I thought that maybe there was like an alternate timeline where the other grub lived and became Batra. But I don't think that's the case. I think Batra is just its own thing. I wish that... I've said it numerous times on this playthrough. I really wish I knew more about Godzilla stuff. I really like the concept of this whole, like... Oh gosh. Oh, they hurt so bad. Those freaking jellyfish. I really like the concept of Godzilla and, like, this world where, like, they're all these giant monsters who are very unique and have their own abilities and backstories, and, like, they just have to fight. It's like a fighting game with giant monsters. That sounds awesome. Well, it sounds like King of the Monsters, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I've never had the opportunity to watch a bunch of them. And like they're like modern, they're modern remakes of like, or modern interpretations of Godzilla, like Shin Godzilla or Godzilla -1. And I feel like I don't want to watch those until I have a better idea of the history, because I feel like I'll probably miss a lot if I watch those, and that's a bummer. It's like I never like going into a situation where there's like, oh, ow, oh, stop, oh my gosh, stop, it killed me. And that's why I say those are the most dangerous things in the game. Now Mothra has to defeat every monster on this planet. That's gonna be rough. Because Mothra's main mode of attack is what you see right here. So strap yourselves in for a whole lot of ankle shots. Actually, probably what I will do is try to avoid the monsters if I can. Like, I'll try to avoid, like, Gizora and maybe, like, Baragon if I can, and just try and get to the end. Because you don't actually have to defeat all the monsters to leave. That sucks, though, dude. I'm gonna move. I will fight Brand New. It just goes to show how rapidly those death jellyfish can just destroy you. Like, I don't feel like I did anything necessarily wrong in that situation. It just, like, slowed down and trapped me in a corner. Couldn't do anything about it. Just killed me. Mm-hmm. Got it. The good news is that Mothra's gonna level up a lot. So that's something. Mogura's fighting me now. I kind of like Mogura's theme. Who would you say is the lamest looking of the monsters you've seen thus far? Is it Mogura? It's Mogura for me. Mogura looks really lame. Like, I would love to know the backstory of this weird creature. Because it's like a mecha armadillo. What is it? It's so weird. Mogura. Oh, now he started shooting at me at the very end. Yeah, fight Mogura. Mogura. I actually wonder if it's supposed to be a mole. Because, I know in Breath of Fire 1, one of your allies is a mole person. And his name is Mogu. And, I know in that game, several of the characters have very, like, straightforward names. And so maybe, like, Mogu is... I guess I have to fight Hedera. Yeah. Maybe Mogu is like mole, and he's like mole era. The mole era, or something. I don't know. We're just gonna have to sit here and watch frickin' Mothras shooting the ankles. Actually, for you, dear audience, because this is boring as heck. Ed, just speed up these fights. I mean, it's not going to be interesting. It's just me shooting him in the ankles, so... Yeah. I really hate that. That's such bad luck. That's really all it is, just bad luck. You'll fight there. Oh, he got off one of his shots. Oh, no. We're gonna keep shooting the ankles, though. Have some more gun. Got him. Time to shoot you some more. Get it. Take it. I'm Mothra. You think you can stop Mothra? I really wish Godzilla was here. He'd be a better matchup in this scenario. Ow, stop it. Ow, stop it. Have more cotton balls. Feel my burning purpose. Cotton ball death. Yep, Titan's so cool looking though. How cool he is. That hook hands. Dead. Yay! Just gonna try and fly over things if I can. You know? Just get past it if I can. Oh, you! No! You killed my friend Gojira! My friend Gojira, no! Gojira! Here's a question for y'all. Does anybody know if Godzilla was supposed to be called Godzilla or Gojira? Like, is Gojira just Godzilla in Japanese, and his name actually was supposed to be Godzilla, or was his name supposed to be Gojira, and the American translation just kind of messed it up? I don't honestly know. I could see either one being the case. So I'm curious if anybody happens to know that. That would be an interesting kind of bit of trivia. Like, the wing shedding thing does work really well. It's just, I don't know. There's like a lot of shots going on the screen at once. It's kind of a pain. Like, one of the sucky things about playing as Mothra is that, you know, when she takes a hit, she kind of loses altitude, which makes sense. But it means you get knocked back and you get pushed to the ground, and so it like you have to be up high to use the poison thing. So. Eat it. Eat it. All of you. Everybody eat it. More poison powder. Mothra used poison powder. It was moderately effective. It's like a new form of effectiveness in Pokemon. Moderate effectiveness. It was moderately effective. It might be worth doing again. It's hard to say for sure. Uh-oh. 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 Death jellyfish. These stupid... Get out of here, you stupid little, like, air buses. Alright. Let me see if I can just get to the end. I actually don't know if this works or not. I'm fairly certain you don't have to defeat all the monsters, but I'm not 100% sure. Screw you guys! I'm gonna continue to drop poison on you! Go, Mothra, go! You can win! Admittedly, my level is lower than when I beat the game the first time. Like, I want to say, when I got to Planet X, my first time through, I was level 16. So I'm a little worried that my level is a little bit lower. But I just want to make it through, you know? Get him away. Get out of my way! Oh my gosh. Ugh. Stop! Ow! Stop! Really, I mean, the thing that keeps you alive in this game so much is just that the little, like, space jelly beans keep you alive so well, you know? They give you back so much health, it's ridiculous. The only thing that can really kill you is if you get a bad turn with one of those space jellyfish. Get out of my way, you stupid thing. Stop! Alright. Baragon wants to fight me. Alright, puppy, I'll take you on before I leave. Being very clever right now. Time for more shots in the ankles! That's Mothra style. Oh, weird. Alright, well, I might be wrong. You may have to defeat all the monsters to finish a stage. If that's the case, Mothra's just gonna kind of hang out at the end here. But yeah, so the thing with, like, Mechagodzilla and Mothra is that, like, if you just kind of hover just below where the eye lasers go straight forward, I don't think he can hit you. So yeah, very thrilling. Ed, you are at liberty to speed up wherever you think it needs to be sped up. I'll leave that to you. Sure, I'll make Godzilla. It's no choice. I remember in Super Godzilla, Mechagodzilla was really tough to fight because he had like a plasma shield that would, I think, render your nuclear breath ineffective. Meaning you couldn't use your plasma breath, so you had to use your, like, weaker physical attacks. whereas he could still use his beam weapons and his missiles. So it was very dangerous to fight. That was a tough fight. I think that was World 3, maybe. Or was that World 2? That actually may have been World 2, now that I think about it. Another question for y'all. For people out there who've played other Godzilla games, what are some other good Godzilla games? Like, what Godzilla games would you recommend trying? These are the only ones that... Oh, we got his health back! Can I just dump poison on you, please? I mean, that is the more powerful attack. It's just kind of like a pain to get to work. Eat it. Eat it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Gotcha. I'm surprised I haven't leveled up, actually. Hey, Godzilla! Godzilla is absolutely the worst monster to fight as Mothra. Yep. Because it constantly hops, meaning I can't use my poison move, and it will just keep you on the ground, and it only takes damage if you hit it in the head. So I can't use my ankle biter technique. Very frustrating. But it's dead now too, so that's cool. Poison, 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 poison. Alright, way to go, Mothra. Done. Planet X! Alright. And Godzilla's back, so we're good. Okay, well, I hope you guys will come back and join me for the last episode of Godzilla Monster of Monsters. As you can see, it's just a gauntlet. We just have to move forward and beat all the monsters. So, come back and join me for that. I am the MoeChicken. This has been Godzilla Monster of Monsters. And thanks for stopping by.